Okay. So you can see a typical example of a complete structural design that was actually done using AutoCAD. Okay. So, like I said, the first thing you do is the foundation layout. And then you can see the cross section of this foundation. Then the foundation detail, then your column detail and its cross section. Then you have your slab and beam layout. You can see the shapes. This is for a T-beam. This is for an L-beam, okay? Then you have the slab detail, and this is the cross section of this slab detailing right now. Then we have our beam detail, okay? Then the roof beam, reinforced concrete roof beam, okay? And then your concrete fascia, okay? Then the staircase detail, all right. I'm going to look for something very, very, very simple to actually do a quick demonstration for us. Shops. Yeah. Sorry, I have to look for designs. Let me view this. I want to look for something very simple. Okay. Shops. All right, let me use, I'm trying to look for where this file is. Shops. All right, good one. Look at one here. All right. Now, this is an architectural drawing given to you by an architect, for example. You can see these are actually shops. We have a staircase here. This is the ground floor. This is the first floor. Okay. Now, if you measure this, but sometimes it's good you ask the architect to give you the sometimes it's good. If you can hear me, please just drop me a message. No. I should take up a drawing from Proto Detail and then import to AutoCAD. I have done that now already. Which drawing do you want? This, a drawing from Proto Detail that is not what you get from an architect now. So I don't understand what you want. That is actually not what you get from an architect. So taking up a drawing from Prota Detail, that means you have already done the design. I believe I should have this drawing in Prota Detail. The one I'm doing right now is definitely going to be more comprehensive than whatever you are asking for from Prota Detail. That is not what you get from an architect. Because for you to do a structural detail, you have to get the drawing from an architect. You get an architectural drawing first. Okay. So if you are asking for a drawing from Prota Detail is for structural design, not for architectural drawing. So the drawing you are getting from an architect, I'm taking you from the normal architectural drawing, which you are going to get from an architect. So this is an architectural drawing. You can see it has doors, it has a window here. Okay, all the annotations they are here, the dimensions. This is a complete architectural drawing. This is the ground floor, and this is the first floor. Okay, so this is going to be a better way to learn structural detailing than getting a drawing from Prota Detail. So if you take this measurement from here, this is 4,230. If you take from here to here, this is 5,460. This is telling you that this first floor is a bit wider than the ground floor. Okay, so in essence, this is to tell you that you have a cantilever up here. At the first floor level, there is a cantilever. Okay, so what that means is that from here now to here, it's actually a cantilever at the first floor level. So if that is correct, you can just copy this just to duplicate it. Then this is where I was trying to explain how to use your layers. So I can turn off some of these layers. Let me Control Z, lay off. So let's say I'm turning off some of these layers, and then I will leave those ones I want to delete. So I'm turning off all the ones that I feel are going to be useful for my design. And then I will leave those ones that are not going to be useful to me. And then I'm going to delete them. So you can see I have turned off all the ones I feel will be useful to me. I have turned them off. Okay. So I will just highlight this and I will delete the whole of this. So, and I will click on lay on to turn on my layer. So this is exactly the same way when you were asking about layers and properties in Prota Detail. This is how you can, this is where turning on and turning off of layers can be actually useful. This is one area that it can be useful. Okay, so having done that, the next thing now, what I'm doing right now is a general arrangement. Okay, you know, you cannot leave any opening when you are trying to come up with your general arrangement. So I don't want any opening. I'm closing them off entirely. So it's the normal AutoCAD keys or tools. You delete all of this by typing E to erase. I'll delete all of them. I'll use my fillets to fillet all of this. Fillet here, and then I fillet here. I'll erase this. So let me come back here. You can see this is an opening. I don't want this. So I can use the fillets. Now, if you look at this now, like I said, this is the ground floor. This is the first floor. Now, if you check here now, you see this is WC. Okay, this is WC. For that reason, this wall, you know, when you are doing your design has to be safe first, safe, and then second, economical. Okay, when you are doing your general arrangement, you should consider the safety of the building. The second thing you must consider is economical. It has to be economical. So if you look at this now, I can leave this wall if I want to. Okay, but it's going to be more expensive. It's going to incur more cost when I leave this wall. But if I delete this wall, it's still going to be safe, but it's definitely going to be much more economical. If I leave the wall, it's definitely going to be safe, but it's going to be more expensive. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. Now, let me delete this now. And let's say I extend this wall and I want it to be part of my foundation. Now, if I make this to be part of my foundation where they are digging this, okay, this small space will incur costs, okay? Definitely will incur costs. So in your design, you try as much as possible to make it safe and economical. Where you have toilets, walls, your toilet walls, your stores, most especially when the walls are coming as probably maybe 150, you can take that off. Okay, so but considering when you are doing your general arrangement, please take note. Your design should not just be safe, but it should be economical. Okay, so I will advise you to lay your hands on Victor Oyenuga's book, reinforced concrete, simplified reinforced concrete design. Simplified reinforced concrete design. Okay, please, I will encourage you, please get that book, or else you will be doing design blindly. Design is actually deep. It's very, very deep. What we are doing right now is detailing. This is actually not the design. This is just a structural detailing. Okay, this is just a structural detailing. This is not a design. Please take note of that. Okay, so in your design, the software, or if you are doing it manually, you must have gotten the size of the reinforcement there, the thickness of the base there, whether it's a pad footing or you are doing a strip foundation or you are doing a pile foundation, whatever kind of foundation, your design must have given you the information of the sizes of the reinforcement, the spaces of the reinforcement, the thickness of that particular structural member, the width of that particular structural member, and all of that. So you are not just doing, if you are doing drawing right now, you are just a draftsman. Okay, so design is the calculation that gives you, that tells you the size of the reinforcement, the thickness of the structural member, the spacing of that particular reinforcement. Okay, and all the information you are using to do your detailed drawing has been given to you from the calculation. Okay, you must have done your analysis and done your design. The design is the calculation. Please take notes. That is why I will encourage you, please lay your hands on that book. Very, very important, or else you are going to be doing your detailing blindly. So in a case whereby you are using software like Structure to do your design, okay, it must have generated a detailed drawing for you. So it's even going to make it more easier, because maybe you have confirmed all in your analysis and your design from the software, and you have confirmed that everything is okay. Okay, so let me pick, I think I have some samples of design reports from Structure. So let me come back to I'm just going to pick, okay, this is shop. I believe this shop development should be for this particular drawing I'm doing right now. I think so. I think this is it. Okay, so you can see the design reports. in your design, you have specified the grade of the concrete, the grade of that steel. Okay, so all of this information have been specified. You have specified the thickness of your reinforcement and the spacing of those reinforcement. Then it will generate the detailed drawing for you. Okay, so you can see this is proposed shops development. Maybe you are not seeing this right now. Let me share the screen here. Things I'm showing right now so much. Spots. Okay. All right, let me look for router detail. Propose shop development. Good. Yeah, this is the drawing. This is the design. Okay. So I believe you are seeing my screen. If you are not, please indicate. Let me know in time. I'll click on automatic. I just want it to generate the entire drawing for me. All right. So let me generate the drawing. So from this, this drawing on Prota Detail was actually generated from the analysis and the design that was done in Prota Structure. So I just want to generate this drawing from Prota Detail. Then we are going to actually manually detail what the software has given us. Okay, we are going to detail it manually without us using the detailed drawing from the Prota Structure software. Okay, I cannot find foundation here. Hope I did that. Draw. Okay, I think foundation is not generated. I think I did not generate this foundation detail. Okay, I have to generate that from the Prota Structure. That may actually take much of our time. Okay, but you can see from the report that the size of that base was actually given to us as 1,000. Okay, the size of that base was actually 1,000. Exported, let's come back to, okay. So you can see the size of this base is actually 1,000. Okay. We are using a pad foundation. Then you can see the thickness of the base is 500. Please, I'm not asking you to, I think right now this is not actually economical. So that is why you must actually know what you are doing. Okay. If you are doing your design, you must actually know what you are doing. Your design has to not just save. I have to re-emphasize on this thing. It has to be economical as well. Okay, so you can use your discretion to know. So in a case whereby you see I'm getting up to 500 as the thickness, you can go there to the software, reduce it based on the soil capacity, characteristic strength of that soil, uh, the characteristic strength of the soil. Okay, if you impute that, you know, based on the soil report that was given to you from the lab, once you impute that, you specify the thickness of that base. Okay, so when you specify the thickness of that base, you can start with probably 300, like that. You keep testing until you see the one that passes. But I believe from experience that 350 will serve. Okay, so maybe even a bit lower based on the strength of that particular soil that was used in that particular design. I think we used 200. Okay, so in that case, if since it's 200, if it's up to 200, it's actually a very firm soil. So in that case, it will most likely, the thickness of 300 will most likely be actually okay, or 350, 300, 350 will most likely be okay. So 500 is actually on the high side. Okay, so you must take note of that. Then this is the thickness of that base. Okay, so but for the purpose of this class, I'm going to assume that 500 is okay. And then the width, 500 is okay for sure. It's safe, but it's not economical. I hope you understand the points I'm trying to make. So you can see this is actually a square size of base. Okay, 1000 by 1000. So, and then all right, let's go back to our AutoCAD software. So coming back to AutoCAD, share screen. All right, I believe you can see. Okay, so I'll trim this portion where I have these. I can trim them off. I'll erase these. Let me fillet this. Erase, fillet. Like I said, for the sake of economical purpose, I will take off that wall. It's not, the building is definitely going to be safe. Based on, you know, I'm checking so many things at this time. The span here, you can see is actually not large. This is very small span. It's not even large at all. It's not large at all. Oh, these are very small span. 3 meters. Okay, let me check the length here. Okay, they are very, very okay. So, but mind you, I have a cantilever at the first floor. Okay, but seeing this is actually the same with what I have here. But to confirm that, I can copy again. And then let me change this color to blue. Blue, yeah. All right, I will highlight all of this and I'll move. So when you are trying to do this, please make sure you pick from the staircase, because the staircase should always be your reference point. Okay, this staircase area should always be your reference point in order to know how to position your ground floor and your first floor. Please make sure you use your staircase. Pick it from the staircase. So you can see everything is the same. What I have on the ground floor is the same as what I have in the first floor. The only difference is that at the first floor, I have a cantilever, which is this. Okay, so I have a cantilever here. All right. So in that case, what I will do is this. I will copy this cantilever area and I will pick from staircase and I'll paste it here. So you see what I have. So I can just decide to delete this because this is the same. So you can see what I have now here. You know, it's actually at your discretion to do whatever, but you know, when you are doing your design, it comes with experience and all that. your design experience, your field experience over time. Okay. Another thing you must take note is this: two engineers cannot have the same general arrangement, even though their general arrangement, the two general arrangement could be the same, could be correct, okay, could be safe. What I mean by correct is that the two general arrangement could be safe, but the two cannot be the same in most cases, because the way you will reason is different from the way I'm going to reason. And my reasoning, what will influence my reasoning is the years of practice, maybe my exposure to field experience, my exposure to design experience over time would most likely influence my reasoning on my design. Okay, so experience speaks a whole lot. Okay, so that is another thing you should take note. So by the time you send this particular architectural drawing to another engineer, he may not arrange it exactly the way I'm arranging it. That doesn't mean that my arrangement is wrong. And that doesn't mean that his arrangement is wrong. But one thing you must take note is that one among the two arrangements will definitely be economical than the other. Okay, so that is one thing I need you to take note of. Okay, so you can see this was specified by the architect from the architectural drawing that there is a column here. Most times when you are doing your general arrangement, try as much as possible to maintain what the architect is giving you. There could be, maybe he's trying to achieve something aesthetically. Okay, so maintain it, except in a case whereby you have tried every means to make that building stable at that particular area and it's not working. Then you have to work it out with the architect and tell him this, for this particular reason, we have to take this off. But if there's a way you can do it without taking that particular thing off, I will advise you leave it. Okay, so you can see these columns were specified by the architect. So maybe he wants to achieve, normally you can leave this cantilever even without having a support here. I'm sure it will stand. Even without having a support, without having a column, it will most likely stand. But if you have a column, it's more safer. Okay, so I have, I think, 9 minutes more to this. So I will extend this now to this place. Sorry, this 2021, they change some of the ways to extend, and so I'm still trying to get used to this particular version of AutoCAD. All right. So let's say I have a beam this way. Okay, so I'm going to have beams that extends this way. These beams are going to come this way. Okay. Boundary. All right. All right, so you can see what I have here now. Okay. So this is about to end right now. So I'll stop this and I'll send you another link. So we'll continue from there. You're going to see how I'm going to place my columns. I'll place my base on this particular general arrangement. So I'm having my ground floor and I'm also having my first floor. I'm going to be using just this one, but you will discover, I'm going to show you how, where I'm going to be placing my columns at some point, and then some of them are starting from the foundation level. But you know, this is actually a cantilever here. So this is not, this is actually a cantilever here. So we are definitely not going to be having any, well, we are definitely going to dig from here, but we are not having a wall coming from this ground here. We are not also having a wall coming from the ground here. So our walls will stop here. I'm going to show you all of that as we continue in the next session of this training today.